right, so let's look at an interest problem today, and let's talk about some general differences with simple and compound interest. So let's say if you borrowed $100 and you were told it would grow at 24% a year, how much money would you owe at the end of the year? Well, $100, 24% of $100 is 24, so I would expect to pay at the end of the year $124. That's just 24% of 100. So $24 in interest, $100 in principal. Then if we had a question like this one, it says Randy signs up for a new airline credit card that has a 24% annual interest rate. If he doesn't pay his monthly statements, interest on his balance would compound daily. If Randy never put his statements in for a full year, what would be the actual percentage rate he would pay the credit card company? Well, if we use our compound interest formula, and I'm just going to arbitrarily use $100. We could use 10, 100, 1,000. I just wanted to use a number to see how would this affect our formula. What would we get to come out compounded daily versus what we were really looking at in the last question of simple interest at that $24 on our $100 credit card balance. So if I put in a principal of 100, I put in my rate as 24%, and daily would be 365 times, so my end value is 365. Then putting this into my calculator, I would divide 0.24, divide by 365, and I get this 1.000657534 to the 365th power. So putting this into my calculator and coming out with $127. Well, this is more money than the $24 I expected. I expected to pay 24% interest. And because it's compounded daily, it's made it all the way up to $127. So there's a $3 discrepancy. I paid a higher interest rate than the 24% that I thought I was paying because that's where it starts. And if we have exponential growth and it's starting at 24%, each day that passes, there's a little bit more of the interest, paid on the interest, paid on the interest, paid on the interest, paid on the interest. As it accumulates, I'm starting at 24%, but by the end of the year, I actually ended up paying 27%. And this is common what happens in exponential growth because we're not talking about a linear growth rate, we're talking about the power of compounding. And the power of compounding is what has brought our 24% up to 27. Now, compound interest is great when you're the person collecting, but terrible when you're the person that's paying. And I think what this question from the state of Florida is really getting at is that paying compound interest on credit cards, really bad thing. So you want to try to avoid that. And we see several examples where simple interest is a linear expression. You have a straight line for your growth, where compound interest, we're really talking about exponential growth. And I hope that helps you guys understand the difference, that our 24% rate was really closer to 27% is what the actual percentage rate was. Thank you. Have a great day. OUT spells out.